Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachadiya. Yamunatira Vanachadiya. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jayanta Pravishtam Vishnu Paramaham Sastotra Satasya Srimad Divine Grace Bhakti Vedanta Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jayanta Pravishtam Vishnu Paramaham Sastotra Satasya Srimad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Thakur Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Shilaryas Thakur Ki Jai Pramsiko Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Shri Navadi Mayapur Dham Ki Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai Yamuna Mai Ki Jai Tulasi Devi Maharani Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Shri Hare Nam Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nasta Prayesha Vadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th Canto, Chapter 3, Text 7.
Sorry, give me 1 second. So I can see it. Okay, text 7. Attanayapin bhavata ijyaroru bhara baraya samuchitamartamip ihalopalabhamahe.
Thanks. I will try to repeat it myself. Atanaya pina bhavata ijyayoru bhara bharaya samuchitam artam iho palabhamahe. Try. I'm learning from him. Okay, word by word, please repeat. Ata, otherwise. Anaya, this. Api, even. Na, not. Bhavata, of your exalted personality. Ijaya, by performance of sacrifice. Urubhara bharaya, encumbered by much paraphernalia. Samuchitam, required. Artam, use. Iha, here. Upalabhamahe, we can see. Translation, please repeat. We have engaged in your worship with many things and have offered sacrifices unto you. But we think that there is no need for so many arrangements to please your Lordship. Purport. Srila Rupa Goswami says that if one is offered varied foods but has no appetite, the offering has no value. In a big sacrificial ceremony, there may be many things accumulated to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But if there is no devotion, attachment, or love for the Lord, the arrangement is useless. The Lord is complete in Himself, and He does not need anything from us. However, if we offer Him a little water, a flower, and a Tulasi leaf, He will accept them. Bhakti, devotional service, is the main way to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is not a question of arranging huge sacrifices. The priests were regretful, thinking that they were not on the path of devotional service and that their sacrifice was not pleasing to the Lord. Om Agyan Timirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in darkest of ignorance, and my spiritual master Srila Prabhupada opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my humble respectful obeisance unto him. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, although the priests they made many wonderful arrangements to worship the Lord and offered sacrifices, but they concluded actually there is no need to do all these things to satisfy you, because he's easily satisfied even with a flower, with water, if it is with love. That's the main ingredient that attracts Krishna's attention. That he's expert at stealing the heart more than the makan, the butter and yogurt. Why he steal the butter and yogurt from the houses of gopis? Because they're eager for Krishna to come to do it. Although they protest externally, they chastise Krishna, they complain against him with his mother Yashoda, but in their heart they're thinking, I made this yogurt, when is Krishna's going to come to steal it from me? So that eagerness, that love is what attracts Krishna's attention. Nothing else. So that's why he very rarely gives somebody Krishna prayer, because then he's bound. He becomes prisoner in the heart of his devotee. Like Vibramangala Thakur, he will be singing for Krishna in Vrindavan. He was blind. Actually, he blinded himself. He wasn't. Of course, he was in the Baba stage from his past life even. So, but he had this attachment to beautiful girls, beautiful women. So his eyes, were attracted. So he thought, if that is the problem, let me take away my eyes. But he had internal vision. He had internal vision. Actually, Krishna took his hand, took him to Vrindavan himself. He thought it was a coward boy helping me. And one time, he was singing for Krishna, and he felt Krishna's presence sitting in front of him listening. So he tried to grab Krishna. But Krishna could escape his embrace. But then he challenged Krishna. I challenge you, Krishna. You may escape from my hands, but you can't escape from my heart. I have imprisoned you there. Why? Because he has pure love. That's what Krishna is more attracted than anything. The feelings, the surrender, the complete, dependence on the Lord's mercy, cleaning the heart from all dirty things, from all material attachments. And that naturally brings the bhakti in the heart, because it is already there, dormant. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem. So it's nothing that has to come from outside, but it's already there. But the cleansing has to be completed. Unless it is completed, while it is being completed, Krishna will give some signs, will give us some sign, you're going in the right path. Go on like that. Go on like that. He gave us hope. That's the beauty of Krishna consciousness. There is hope. Hope against hope. Ashabandha is called. Sanatana Goswami, he prays like that. My dear Lord, I have no love for you, no attachment to hearing chanting. I'm not qualified. I have no the qualities of Vaishnava. But what is maintaining my life is that hope that you are very merciful and kind. And that hope gives me pain. So one devotee asks, but how is possible we come Krishna conscious not to feel pain but to feel happiness? Why Sanatana Goswami is saying he feels pain? Because he has hope. It's not mundane pain, it's transcendental ecstasy, which appears like pain, which appears like suffering, sadness, For example, if you see the story of the Ramayana, it's a very sad story, He got married to Sita, they were very happy living together in the palace, and suddenly he has to go in exile. His wife decided to go with him because she said, wherever you are, that's my palace. And then his wife was kidnapped. He was suffering her separation, searching for her everywhere. Then he got the help of Hanuman and the other monkeys. He had to fight a war. So many troubles, so much troubles. It seemed like a sad story. And not only that, after he rescued her and everything, killing Ravan and everything, they come back, okay, happily now. No! He has to banish her to the forest by herself and being pregnant. Some lady complained, even Vaishnavis complained, why does Lord Ramchandra doing this to this poor Sita? He's cruel. They don't understand the culture. They don't understand the times and culture of that time, The thing is, I will share with you some pastimes about that. And that is, before meeting Lord Ramchandra, Sita Devi, she was with her friends playing in the garden of the palace. And they saw two parrots, one male, female parrots. And they were singing the glories and beauty of Lord Ramchandra. So they both were enchanted, Sita Devi, when she heard about the beauty and wonderful quality of Ramchandra, she fell in love with him before seeing him. So she asked her friend, please capture those parrots to me. I want to continue hearing from them the glories of Lord Ram, Ramchandra. So they did that. She put them in a cage, and she asked them, please continue. I'll feed you whatever you like, pomegranate, mangoes, whatever, but please keep singing for me. But the male parrot said, we are not accustomed to be in prison, encaged, so please free us. And Sita Devi told, okay, I will free you, the male, but she sing very sweetly the glories of Ram. I want to keep her a few more days, then I will release her. But the male parrot say, no, we can't live separate from each other. We are too attached to each other. If you separate us even for a few days, I will die and she will die. Say, well, you don't have to die. It's only a few days. So she released the male parrots and kept the female parrots. But then the male parrot said to Sita Devi, the same way you separated me from my beloved, and now I'm going to die because of that, in the future, you also will be separated from your husband when you will be pregnant. So that's what happened. And the parrot, he was born again, because the parrot promised, and I will be the cause of your separation from your husband. So that parrot was born in his next life as a dhobi, laundry man, So Lord Ramchandra used to disguise himself. Of course, after he came back with Sita Devi and everything, he would disguise himself and walk on the street just to what people say about his ruling, They were happy, satisfied with him being the king. So one night, he passed in front of the house of this dhobi, Shudra, and he heard he was having a fight with his wife. Apparently the wife, she went to the house of another man and didn't come after next day, So he was very, very upset. He told her, go back to the man you came from. I'm not going to maintain you anymore, Do you think that I'm like Lord Ramchandra? That although his wife spent so many days in the house of another man, he still accepted her back? I'm not like him. So when Ramchandra heard that, he was really worried, because he took in consideration everybody's opinion. Doesn't matter if he's Shudra or whatever. So he went back to the palace and consulted with his ministers. He told them what happened. He said, how we are going to solve this problem? So the minister said, don't worry, we'll take care of that. So they called the Shudra to the palace. The dhobi, the Shudra, yeah. They called him to the palace, chastise him. Why you said like this? And the Shudra, he just silent. But after everybody spoke, chastising him, he said, you are a great Brahmanas, I'm fallen Shudra, but I have only one question for you, if you can answer me. If your wife goes with another man and stay with him, and then she wants to come back to you, will you accept her back? And all the Brahmanas were down-headed. They couldn't answer that question. It was a very difficult question for them to answer. Yeah, right. So because they were defeated by the Shudra, Ramchandra was forced because he's giving the example of a perfect human being who follows all the Vedic Dharma, So since the Brahmana were defeated and he had no other mean but to ask, he didn't have the heart to ask her to leave. He asked Lakshman, you take care of this. Don't tell her anything. Just take her to the ashram of Valmiki Muni and leave her there. She will be taken care of there. Lakshman didn't want to do. So he protested. No, how can you do that? Because of a Shudra, why do you care? You shouldn't do that. And Ramchandra told him, I have to I have to do it. I don't want to do it, but I have to do it. Otherwise, I will not be a good king. If my subject criticize me and there is no way to solve the problem, even the Brahmanas were defeated. So what can I do? I'm forced to do it. And that's what some ladies don't understand, because they think modern time is like those times, you know. They don't understand that the culture, the situation is very much different. And Lord Chandrana was feeling very, very much pain due to separation from his wife Sita. I mean, he had her deity, made deity he was worshipping here every day. He had to do yagyas, and the wife must be next to the husband to do the yagyas, so he will put the murti of Sita Devi next to him. So it wasn't easy for him. When Lord Chaitanya took sannyas, he told his wife Vishnupriya, previously you were Sita, I was Ram, and you had to go to the forest, and I stay at home feeling your separation. Now is for me the time to go, and I will leave you my deity so for you to worship. He made a deity with his own hand, gave to her. So these are transcendental exchanges of pure love between Krishna and his devotees. It's not something we say, oh, it looks like painful. You know, when Krishna left Vrindavan, all the gopas and gopis, they were feeling so much suffering due to his separation. One will say, why I want to be like them, you know? I came Krishna conscious to be happy, not to suffer. But that's lack of spiritual understanding. This viraha, this feeling of separation from Krishna, was recommended by Lord Chaitanya for everyone, for all fallen souls. Why? Because if we develop this feeling of separation from Krishna, this viraha will act like a fire to burn away all the dirty things, all the material attachment we have in our heart. So it's a good thing. And it's not pain like a mundane pain. It's a pain of feeling Krishna's separation, wanting to be with him, you know. So, and that is not material pain. That's another type of ecstasy. It may look like suffering and pain, but it is not. No, not at all. No, it is love, actually. You can't miss somebody unless you feel some love and attachment, isn't it? So when devotees start to develop a little bit of this love attachment, they will start feeling this viraha, or feeling of separation from Krishna. And this is very good, because that will burn away our material desires faster, much faster. So it's a very important thing. So it's very nice, Rupa Goswami example giving, that if you offer nice food to somebody who has no appetite, the offering has no value. So in the same way, if Krishna's offered something without love, just mechanically, Krishna, take away, he doesn't feel hungry to eat it. You know, we may say, it is prasad, it is offered food. Of course, it is offered. But we don't know if it was accepted or not. But at least there is the intention, of course, naturally. No? The thing is with Karma Mishra Bhakti and pure Bhakti, the Karma Mishra Bhakti means you do something, then you offer it to Krishna. No? Like this verse in Bhagavad Gita, no? Whatever you do, whatever you eat, yes, yeah. Whatever you do, whatever charity you give, whatever eat, please offer it to me first. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said that this verse is about Karma Mishra Bhakti. It's not pure Bhakti. You do what you want, but then offer it to me. But pure Bhakti actually means to offer oneself to Krishna. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, you know. Manasa deho geho yoki chumor arpiluntu apade nanda kishore. I offer you my mind, my body, my home. That's everything. There is nothing more than that to offer. So then everything you do is naturally is for Krishna's pleasure, because you already offered your mind and body to Krishna and your belongings, everything. So that's Sharanagati, that's surrender. Actually, without surrender, there is no question of spiritual advancement. We have to surrender at every minute our thoughts to Krishna. And if some nonsense thought, we just should reject immediately and think, Krishna, I don't want to have those thoughts. I just want to remember you only. So that's the path of devotional service, means sacrifice. Some people think it is very easy, but it's not easy. It's full of thorns, the way back to God. We have to go through this to get purified, fully purified. Krishna doesn't allow, impurities for long in his devotee. He will find a way, like in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that Krishna is speaking. He's saying, this fool has come to serve me, but he's asking me to give him poison in the form of sense gratification, material things. But I'm not going to give him poison. I shall give him rather nectar. Why should I give him poison? Although he's asking for it, I'm not going to give it to him. So that's Krishna's mercy, Dhruva Maharaj, he worshipped Krishna for material kingdom. But at the end, when Krishna appeared to him and offered all material boons, what Dhruva Maharaj said, Swaming kritartosmim baram nayache, my dear Lord, just by seeing you, I am fully satisfied. I don't want anything else. So that's the beauty of the devotional service, Krishna consciousness, that one may begins with many material desires, but at the end one forget all the material desire and remain with Krishna. So we should not lose hope. We shall keep going with our devotional practice every day under the guidance of Vaishnavas and Guru and Shastra, and try to develop the desire to please Krishna, to develop our love, dormant love for Him. That's very important. Yesterday I was reading some pastimes of Lord Balaram, and I read one interesting pastime of a deity of Balaram, in Rajpur, near Mayapur, there is a deity, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, that was donated to ISKCON some years ago, many years ago. And before these deities are from the time of Lord Chaitanya. One of the associates of Lord Chaitanya carved those deities. That's a long story. But the thing is, once, not long ago, much after Lord Chaitanya, 100 years after, one devotee went to that temple and prayed to the Lord, and he was given Mahaprasad. So he had a Muslim friend, and he wanted to share his Mahaprasad with his friend. So he gave to his Muslim friend some of his Mahaprasad. And the Muslim friend didn't appreciate it. He said, I don't want this food offered to idols. And he throw away the Mahaprasad on the floor, like that. That night, that Muslim had a dream. And that dream, Balaram sat on his chest and started slapping him, You threw away the Mahaprasad of my dear brother, Krishna. That is his mercy. That's the way to worship him, accepting his Mahaprasad. And you throw it away. I'm going to kill you. And Subhadra was there, say, yes, kill him. But Jagannath said, no, don't kill him. Give him a chance to rectify. So that Muslim man wake up. He was completely frightened, like anything. He went to his friend. He said, please take me to that temple. He told him the dream he had. Okay, he went to that temple, he arrived there, please give me some Mahaprasad from Lord Jagannath, Well, we have nothing, with everything. No, please, you have to find something, I have to take this. So in the pot, they scratched the last, grain and gave it to him. He ate it, and then he calmed down. Another incident with this wonderful deities. I visited a few times, wonderful, beautiful deities. When they gave to ISKCON the worship of Lord Jagannath, a couple, they were living there, to take care of the deities. And they have the son. And one day the son came crying to his mother. And the mother was worried, what happened? The boy said, well, I went to see the deities and I saw that Subhadra has a very, very beautiful ornament, very shiny. So I wanted to grab it. And then when I went to grab it, Balaram slapped me and threw me away like... And she saw that his cheek was red, Balaram gave him a slap. He was defending his sister, Yes. Please do.
I don't know so much lore about these deities, but I think these are the deities, when they first got the temple, they weren't having regular offerings yet, because there was something to do. And all the main pujaris, Pankaj Jankri and Janani Vats and some others, they all had the same dream, that the deities were coming across the field wanting to take some prasadam with Radha Madhava.
Yeah.
Because isn't that a pastime like that?
Actually, the head pujari of that temple, he came to ISKCON to ask the devotee to take care of the deities, because he said that Lord Jagannath told him in a dream, they will give me very nice food. I would like that. They will worship me very nicely. So that's why he handed them to ISKCON, those deities. Yeah. And there is one story, one great devotee of Lord Jagannath was going by train to Jagannath Puri, to have darshan of Lord Jagannath. And he was dozing on the train and he had a dream. And Jana appeared to him in a dream. Why you have to go so far? I am here, right here. Get down off the train right now. You don't have to wait so long to see me. So he got down, and those deities, Rajpur down, Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Yes. You have a
Maharaj,
question?
can I ask a question?
Please do.
Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to your wonderful, indispensable class. Maharaj, in relation to the part and parcel, the infinitesimal part and parcel of God, to develop love for God, who is infinite and very big, my question is as follows. Some people, they do not choose for going for loving God because they think that just because God is very big and they are very small, better for them to go for loving a husband or a wife or a house or the car inside the garage and the bank account in the bank, because these items are more easy to obtain. Because God is very big, he's like, there's no access, easy access to him. But here we see, and in accordance with your class, that if we offer even a little water, then Krishna then we get access in relation to developing love for the big God. So Maharaj, my question is as follows. In what measure the item of faith is necessary and indispensable in relation to making us to go for what is apparently impossible?
Very good question. Thank you for asking it.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Faith is very, very important, of course, but not blind faith. We are not blind followers. We follow the Mahajans, the great authorities, that reveal the transcendental knowledge, how to love, how to serve Krishna. So we have examples of great Vaishnavas. We have the scriptures, the Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and to follow. It's a path to be followed. Those who are ahead of us, they already show us the way how to do it. There's no need to mental speculation. We have to give up our mental speculation and just follow the path of the Mahajans. That's the way to do it. And you're right when saying Krishna is easily satisfied with a little water and a flower if it is offered with love. So that's the main point in devotional service. How to please Krishna. Why do we chant Hare Krishna? Because we want to please Krishna. Prabhupada said that in the Krishna book, that Krishna, when he was married in Dwarka, as soon as he will hear the rooster, he will get up at Brahma Muhurta. His wife will curse the rooster. But Krishna was playing the part of Grihastha, so he wanted to give example to human society. Even if you're happily embracing your wife, you have to get up and practice spiritual life. So Prabhupada explained that Krishna will sit down and meditate on himself, because he's the all absolute truth, Brahman, Paramatman, Bhagavan. There is nothing else to meditate on. But Prabhupada explained we should meditate on chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. To please Radha and Krishna. Hare is Radha and Krishna, to please them. That they will be pleased if we do this. So we should chant feelingly, like a child crying for a mother. Jiva Goswami advised that. And should be without interruption, like the Ganges river flowing to the sea. And if the mind get diverted or whatever, it is advisable to see the pictures of Krishna, so to help you concentrate. Jiva Goswami gave this advice. So anyway, so that's the path of Krishna. And if they said they are Christian, Jesus taught you love God above everything else, above your money and family and everything. So they are not good Christians, because they are not following what Jesus said, to love God above everything else. That is not love, that is sense gratification. That is lust. Why do you love your money? Because you can buy whatever you want. Why you love your family? Because they satisfy you in some way or other. Your senses. So it's all mundane material. People don't understand God, how they can love Him. First try to understand God. Then you can love Him. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for your indispensable, wonderful answer to my question. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol Maharaj.
Yes.
I have a question.
Please do.
The Sudra challenged the Brahmanas.
Yes.
That would you accept your wife if she went and stayed with another man?
Yeah.
But one of the Brahmanas could have said, well, she didn't go voluntarily, like this person, his wife just went and stayed with another man.
Finish.
So she went involuntarily, and she was tested by fire. She entered into fire and came out of the fire
We
untouched.
know all that.
So that would have defeated the Sudra.
No. That will have not defeated the Shudra.
How would that,
because everybody knew about those things. The Shudra himself knew about those things. These are details. The situation, he's relating the situation to his own situation. Understand? So, whatever the details are there are okay. But the thing is, they could not answer. He's not asking them about Sita, he's asking them about them. What you will do if your wife leaves another man, she want to come back? He's asking them. Sita Ram is another subject now. The thing is that they could not answer that question truthfully. That's the point. Please do. Yeah.
This is what social media was back then.
Yes.
You have one set of facts, and people pick up on it, and they have a certain interpretation, and it becomes like a fight. The rumor
Yeah,
mongering. That's what Ram was
Yeah,
responding to. So it doesn't matter that she couldn't be touched, that she remained faithful, that in all of these things, and she became out of the fire. The lower class is going to distort it like this, and the rumor is going to, and
the rumor will not stop. Yeah. The rumors will not stop. No, who knows? She passed the fire, maybe not. Anybody saw it? All these things. Yes.
So if it is a rumor, right, there could be other people, Maharaj, saying that Ram is so cruel, he sent her his wife away.
Even nowadays, our own lady devotees, some of them saying this.
Yeah, so a ruler need not take every small
whatever you do, you will be criticized. Finish what you're saying.
Yeah, so if there is a fool talking something, right, the ruler can't take him seriously and put his wife away.
Ramchandra took very seriously the opinion of every citizen in his kingdom. That was his mood. So we have to respect his mood. This is Kali Yuga. At that time was Treta Yuga. There was more trust amongst people. It's not like now. If somebody say something, it is taken seriously, It's not like, gossip, don't care about this. Maybe now, but what happened now doesn't apply with what happened there. That's the problem we have to understand. We transpolate the Treta Yuga to Kali Yuga. It doesn't work like that. So,
can I change the subject?
Please do. Yeah, okay.
I don't know if we're going to get anywhere any further, but I think Ravi's point was that another citizen in Ram's kingdom could have thought, Ram, what kind of king is this? He only has one wife. What kind of king is this? He left the kingdom for so long. So that's like he makes an ignorant statement. What kind of king is this? And so Ram, you could think, wouldn't satisfy those kind of rumors.
The thing is that at the time of Lord Ramachandra, all his citizens were devotees of him. They were in love with him. Nobody will criticize him. Understand? Except
that one Sudra.
Except that one Shudra, because in his previous life he promised to separate Sita and Ram. That's Leela. That's a pastime to increase the attachment between Sita and Ramchandra. When they each really purely love each other, separation makes the union higher, more intense, more important becomes. That we don't understand those things. This is rasa, We are not talking about mundane rules. We are talking about transcendental ecstasy and love of separation. So the Lord liked to enjoy this. Sita enjoyed this separation very much, because she was fully in union with her husband during the separation. If you miss somebody dearly, you will think 24 hours in that person. So that's what Krishna enjoys. Not just the union, the separation also increased the desire for the union.
Wasn't that much union. It was just like a little bit in the forest and then off.
Eternally, Ayodhya, Vaikuntha is there. Yeah, they were 14 years together. Yeah.
Okay. Can I end on my high note here?
Please do.
You mentioned Dhruva. You mentioned Dhruva. Swamin Katarti Smina. So it's interesting because that particular prayer, as many of you may or not know, is not in the Bhagavatam.
It's not in the Bhagavatam.
Not in the Bhagavatam. But here's the prayer in the Bhagavatam I wanted to share, very powerful. Okay. Is that possible?
Yes, of course. Please.
Bhakti Mahu, this is Dhruva. He has the darshan of Lord Narayan, and this is the prayer he's offering to him then. Bhakti Mahu Pavahatam Tvahime Prasango Bhuyad Ananda Mahatam Amalashayanam Yenanda sobanamaru vasanam bhavabdim neshe bhavadgunakatam ratapana mutta. He's praying to Vishnu and he's get the darshan. O unlimited Lord, kindly bless me so that I may associate with great devotees who engage in your transcendental loving service constantly, as the waves of a river constantly flow. Such transcendental devotees are completely situated in an uncontaminated state of life. By the process of devotional service, I shall surely be able to cross the nascent ocean of material existence, which is filled with waves of blazing fire-like dangers. It will be very easy for me, for I am becoming mad to hear about your transcendental qualities and pastimes, which are eternally existent.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. The verse of Swami Kritartva is from the book called Hari Bhakti Sudodaya. Balaram. Once I was on the Balaram Purnima festival in Venezuela many years, and one devotee was chanting and he started to say, Balaram, 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 Balaram. During Kirtan.
Hare Krishna. So you mentioned Bilabangala Thakur and how he's famous for many things he did and he said, but one of the things he's famous for practically whenever he's brought up is how he removed his eyes, how he took out his eyes. So due to he wanted,
don't imitate him, please.
Yeah. So in relation to that, I mean they have that in the Bible too. If your eyes are causing problems, just pluck them out. All these things. Now, of course, I don't think anybody's going to try to imitate him. Maybe there's been somebody.
Well,
but
we have to be careful,
Yeah, I guess you never know, right? But it seems like it's in some ways it's an external thing. Okay, you're plucking out the eyes, and that may not completely solve the problem of lust.
For him it was solved the problem.
Yeah. So
otherwise he will not do it.
But in relation to others, or relation to us, relation to others, what are some things that we could do? Of course, not plucking our eyes out, but
don't contemplate the object of sense gratification.
Yeah.
Physically and the internet, don't look at those things that disturb your mind. Don't be enemy of yourselves. Prahlad Maharaj said to his father, besides the deviated and out of control mind, there is no other enemy in this world. So we have to make our mind our friend, not enemy. When the mind wants to distract you seeing things that you are not supposed to see, since you're a brahmachari, a practitioner, or even grihastha, whatever, doesn't matter, but you're a devotee, then you should be careful and don't see those things that can disturb your mind. Don't be what you call people who inflict suffering to themselves. There's a word for them. Sadistic. Don't be sadistic. Masochist. Don't be masochist. If we are in the spiritual path, we have to be careful. Extra careful with everything we hear, we see, we speak, we think. We have to be extra careful. We have to be awakened all the time, on guard, Not in paranoia or anything like that, but to be in Krishna conscious. Try to be always Krishna conscious. Try to avoid distractions. We may be attracted to see the news even, what happened in the world. Let's say, what's wrong with that? It's normal, yes. But don't do it too much, more than necessary. Don't get your mind too entangled in mundane news of the world. What to speak of other things, seeing, other things that you are not supposed to see. But Kali Yuga is so strong, even if you walk on the street, but then you have to be careful, We have to focus our mind. We have to convince Krishna, who is in our heart, that we don't want to enjoy separately from him. We are not interested enjoy the material forms and names and all these things because we want Him. And how we can prove it? By sincerely avoiding those things that can distract us from pure devotional service. Yes.
So I've been here a long time. I mean, among those who are in the room, I think I've been here longer than anyone.
Yeah.
And it's gotten worse in terms of how the women dress, especially in summer. Somehow they feel they're competing with each other, so they're taking more and more off, so they're practically walking around naked, practically.
Yeah, practically.
So the thing is, you can't help seeing it, but it's looking the second time. In other words, when you see it, look away. You have to look away.
Yeah, immediately.
You know, because it's just crazy.
Think of the beauty of Radha Giridhari.
Yeah.
That's the real eternal beauty.
And you can also, you know, remember, I mean, this is, I think, the Buddhists I've heard, like, you know, imagine it's, you know, the skin is transparent. Is that attractive? What's inside? In other words, you remember that it's just, you know, it's the whole thing is illusory.
Yeah,
It's
all
totally-
nasty things inside the
philosophy is
body.
important.
We
But
know
may
that.
also look away, you know.
That is the ghastly rasa. Yeah, of course.
A lot of times, you know, you're distributing books, I'm distributing, you see a lot of attractive ladies. So.
Yeah.
So I fast forward 60 years. Just fast forward, because you see a lot of old ladies too, wrinkled and old, and just fast forward. Just it kind of knocks out the Maya.
Yeah, this beauty is temporary, it's not real beauty. It's an illusion, it's an illusion.
Okay. Hare Krishna. So I'll tell the joke I just told too.
Okay.
There is devotee, when I lived in Hawaii some years ago, there's devotee, I believe his name is Vallabha Bhatta or Vallabha something. He's like early Prabhupada disciple. He was married to Mother Kusha. And I don't know if anybody knows him. So he would walk with Prabhupada, morning walks. And then one brahmachari came and said, Prabhupada, I am free from sex desire. And Prabhupada looked at him and said, really? And brahmachari said, yeah, Prabhupada, I'm completely free. And Prabhupada said, like, really nothing? And brahmachari said, like, yeah, nothing. And Prabhupada, with great concern, said, you should go and see a doctor.
You should go and see the doctor.
Yeah, and Prabhupada was like
something wrong with you.
Genuinely concerned, like like it's not normal.
Yeah, it's not artificial, you know. This reminds me, His Holiness Japataka Maharaj told me once that at the beginning of the movement in Montreal, he once approached Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, I am the most fallen. And Prabhupada told me, you are not the most anything. You are simply insignificant, you know. But we want to be something, the most something, even the most fallen. But when Narottam Das Thakur say that, he doesn't say it artificially. He always really feels that way, you know. I mean, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he said, I am more fallen than the worm in the stool. If somebody say my name, will lose all their pious activity. He's not speaking for false humility. He really feels that way. So we can't imitate those great advanced pure devotees. We can't imitate. We can appreciate their feelings, of course, you know, but it's no use to imitate.
I actually had a question, yeah.
Yes, go ahead. Last.
Well, thank you so much for stirring up the nectar. It was quite amazing class. I had a question regarding, I'm sure you're familiar, the Madhya Lila, when described as the Bhakti Lata beach. So Bhakti Lata beach is planted in the heart. Then we have to make sure when we're watering the seed, other creepers will grow up. And then it is said that as soon as you see these creepers that look exactly like Bhakti Lata beach, in the verse it says like immediately one should cut them down.
Right.
Now, and if you don't, then process of devotional service will water creepers and they'll kill the Bhakti Lata beach. So my question is like, is that anything different, that instruction, cut them down? What that practically means? Or is it any different than what we already know, kind of like in controlling mind? Like, for example, like I'm practicing my Krishna consciousness and I see the creeper. So besides what we already spoke about, like seeing it as it is and not looking at, not contemplating, that instruction of cutting it down, does it any like, what exactly practically that means in our like attitude toward when we see it and it's there, and we try this and that and it's there after 3 years?
Well, actually what means to take care of the anarthas, you know, the weeds that grow along with the main creeper, means we have to be very careful and follow Shastra, Guru and Sadhu. We have to follow what the advice are there, how to do it, you know. And the advice is, for example, what it means that the weed may appear like the creeper. Suppose you are doing devotional service, but you feel like that because unless we come to the stage of pure devotional service, or devotional service mixed with tamaguna, rajaguna, and sattva-guna. For example, devotional service mixed with tamaguna means suppose you are chanting and you fall asleep, and one devotee wake you up, Prabhu, wake up, don't sleep. And you get angry. Who is sleeping? I'm not sleeping. You're sleeping. Leave me alone. You know. So that's the mode of ignorance. You know. When somebody gives you good advice, you get angry. No. Or even falling asleep is in the mode of ignorance also. And in the mode of passion, devotional seminar, you expect some material benefit. No. Does somebody praise you? Oh, you're such nice devotee. You did such nice devotional service. You did this service particular, oh, very good. So you're expecting something, you know, from that. So that's in the mode of passion. Either material benefit, monetary, or praising, or whatever, you know. That's in the mode of passion. You are doing devotional service, may look like devotional service, but their intention, you are expecting, you know, something. The first one is just lazy, you know. Have you seen this cartoon that the man is sweeping the floor and he throws the garbage underneath the carpet, you know? So that's devotional service in the mode of ignorance. And in the mode of goodness, we do it out of sense of duty. It's my duty to serve the Guru, Krishna. Okay, that's good, of course. That's better. But even better than the mode of goodness is to do it out of love. That's even higher. That should be our aspiration, to come to that stage. Does that answer your question? Or I didn't understand.
Okay, can I just add?
But please, can I see you? It's easier for me to understand you.
Okay, let's put it this way. Like, for example, let's say, like, if I can use you as example.
Can you speak clearly, please?
If I can use you as example, like, let's say, like you get glorified, and then like all of a sudden you see that creeper of like kind of importance or something. What specifically, or any other creeper, what specifically in your practice, when you see that, what you do? You ignore it, or you try to philosophically kind of remember?
I need you to translate what he's saying.
He's saying that
Give him the mic, because I need to understand more clearly what he's actually asking.
He's saying, for example, you do some type of service.
Yes.
And someone glorifies you for that service.
Yes.
And you may start thinking, oh, that's that. So what do you do? And that you might start thinking, well, that's me. Or so what do you do in a situation like that?
We have to understand one very important thing. Appreciation amongst devotees is good. Prabhupada said appreciation amongst devotees creates a Vaikuntha atmosphere. So when somebody is praising you, you offer that to your Guru and Krishna. It's not mine. I'm just following the instruction of my Guru. All the credit should go to him. Like that. One should immediately think that way. As soon as we think, yes, I am great, that's true, you know. Let me tell you one story to solve this dilemma, you know. True story. From Ramanujacharya had a disciple named Govinda Das. He actually was his cousin and his disciple, Govinda Das. And he was a pure devotee. He was a great devotee. Everybody loved him, you know. And one day his godbrother started praising him. Oh, Govinda, you have such good qualities. You're humble, you're tolerant, you're always doing service, you help the devotees. They're praising him, you know, like anything. And to their dismay, Govinda Das said, yes, it is true. I have all those good qualities. They were shocked. They were shocked. I mean, when somebody praises you, you try to be humble. No, Prabhu, don't speak like that. I'm a fallen soul. But may internally think, oh, finally somebody recognized me, you know. But Govinda Das said, no, it is true. Yes, I have all those good qualities. So the disciple went to Ramanujacharya to complain, you know, we were praising Govinda, and he said, yes. So they were not expecting this. So Ramanuja called Govinda to speak with him. He said, Govinda, pride is not good in a Vaishnava. Why did you say like this? And Govinda said, my dear Guru Maharaj, actually I have no good qualities. Personally, I don't have any good qualities. If I do recognize or I do accept that I have good qualities, I'm recognizing that I received your mercy. Those qualities I have only due to your mercy. And by accepting that I have those qualities, I'm accepting that you gave me your mercy. So how can I deny your mercy? Then Ramanuja was satisfied. He embraced him. He said, you really understood. So if we have any good quality, we have give the credit or the mercy of our Guru. He gave us the mercy. That's why we have any good quality, not because of our own. So that solved the problem. I hope. You're almost there. Okay. Then we leave it to the next class now. It's a little too late. Thank you very much. La Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.